Welcome to Science Beep. So you might have seen this terrifying headline popping up online, the one that says we've only got 60 harvests left. Like 60, that's it. Today we're gonna dig into that, pun intended, and figure out if it's time to, actually panic. I mean, have you heard this? The idea that we only have 60 harvests left, that in just a few decades we could literally run out of good soil to grow our food. It sounds completely insane, right? Like something straight out of a disaster movie. So you gotta ask, where in the world did a number like that even come from? Well, turns out a senior official at the UN dropped this bombshell back in 2014, and of course it went totally viral. I mean, it makes sense why, right? It's a scary, simple number. It's really easy to remember, and even easier to click share on. Okay, so let's get down to it. Is this countdown to doomsday for real? Is there actually a clock ticking down on our ability to grow food?
Well, here's where it gets interesting. Researchers at Oxford University, and also the folks at the science website Our World in Data, they decided to look into this. And what they found was completely different. They didn't just disagree, they flat out called it a myth and said there was, and I quote, no scientific basis for it.
Wow.
Okay, so case closed, right? The number's a myth, we can all relax. Well, not so fast. And this is the most important part. Just because that specific 60-year countdown is wrong, it absolutely doesn't mean the problem isn't real. The health of our soil, the very ground that our entire food system is built on, yeah, it's in serious trouble. That alarm bell, even if it was a bit off, was wrong for a very, very good reason.
So let's dig into the real story. Let's look at what's actually happening to our planet's soil. The truth is, it's a little more complicated than a scary countdown, but trust me, it's every bit as important. Okay, check this out. That same Oxford study that debunked the 60-year myth gives us a much clearer picture. See, soil is degrading at really different speeds all over the globe. About 16% of our soil is in bad shape, degrading so fast it might only have about 100 years left. But then look at the other side of the story. A full half of our soil has a lifespan of over 1,000 years, and a third over 5,000 years. So it's not one single story. But hold on, let's not just brush past that 16%. That is still a huge deal. Why? Because get this, we grow 95% of all our food in topsoil. 95%. So losing even a fraction of our most fertile land, that's a massive, massive problem, especially with more people on the planet every year. And listen, this isn't just some abstract theory scientists are debating in a lab. This is real life. This is what farmers are seeing with their own two eyes right now. There's this one post from a farmer on Reddit, and he says the topsoil on his land is less than 2 inches deep now. In a lot of places, it's completely washed off, and it's just red clay. I mean, think about that. That's his livelihood, literally washing away every time it rains. So how did we even get here? How did we get to a point where we're actually losing the ground that feeds us? Well, it definitely didn't happen overnight. This is a story that goes back decades. We actually saw the warning signs way back in the 1930s during the Dust Bowl, a huge environmental catastrophe caused by, you guessed it, poor soil management. Then in the decades after, we saw the rise of what's called intensive farming, heavy plowing, lots of chemicals. And now, to top it all off, climate change is throwing gasoline on the fire, accelerating the whole process with more extreme weather, like crazy downpours that just wash that precious soil away. And you know what's wild? Think about that classic image you have in your head of a farm, a tractor plowing a big open field, right? Well, that very process, called tilling, is a huge part of the problem. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine the soil is like this bustling underground city, packed with billions of tiny workers, bacteria, fungi, all that good stuff. They're all busy building structures and tunnels, holding the whole city together. Well, tilling, it's like a massive earthquake that just rips that entire city apart. And we've been doing it every single year. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. There is hope. There's a new, and actually a really, really old way of farming that could totally turn this whole situation around. And it's all about a shift in mindset. Treating soil not just like dirt, but like the living, breathing organism it truly is. It's called regenerative agriculture. And honestly, the name says it all. Instead of just trying to slow down the damage or hang on to what little soil is left, the whole goal is to regenerate it, to actively make the land healthier, more fertile, more alive than it was before. It's a complete flip. It's about working with nature instead of fighting against it. So how do you actually do that? Well, the methods are so cool because they're so simple and logical when you think about it.
First, you stop the earthquakes. No more tilling. That lets that underground city of microbes finally rebuild and thrive. Second, you never, ever leave the soil naked and exposed. Farmers plant things called cover crops, like clover, so the ground is always protected from being blown or washed away. And finally, you gotta feed the soil. Adding compost is like giving it a superfood smoothie, energizing all that life down there. So, okay, why should we care about all this? Why does it matter so much? Because saving our soil, it turns out, isn't just about making sure we have food to eat. It's way, way bigger than that. It's about the health of our entire planet. I mean, think about it. Healthy soil is at the center of pretty much everything. Yeah, it gives us our food, obviously, but it also acts like a giant natural filter for our drinking water. It provides a home for zillions of creatures, and, this part is huge, it stores enormous amounts of carbon. Healthy soil literally pulls carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and locks it away. That makes it one of our most powerful allies in the fight against climate change. The benefits just keep stacking up. It's incredible. We get more nutritious food because the plants can actually pull more vitamins and minerals from living soil. Our rivers and streams get cleaner, and our farms become so much more resilient. You see, healthy soil acts like a giant sponge. That means when you get a huge downpour, it soaks that water up instead of letting it all wash away. And during a drought, it holds onto that water for way, way longer. So to bring it all back, while we might not have exactly 60 harvests left on some doomsday clock, the real question is so much bigger, isn't it? The ground beneath our feet is this massive, living, breathing ecosystem. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, are we doing enough to protect it? Not just for us, but for all the hundreds and thousands of harvests to come. Thanks for digging into this with us here on Science Beep. The next time you walk on a lawn or pass a farm, I hope you'll think about that incredible living universe just beneath your feet. And hey, if you want to understand our world a little better, one explainer at a time, make sure you subscribe.